Hello, my friends. Roger, Mudfossil University, once again dismissed as simply a carved or whatever, cartoon type head. Well, I look a little deeper, and that puppy was quite likely breathing oxygen at one point in time. I'm going to show you why I make that statement. All right, this is the way the cracks are in the back of the head, and this is the top of the head, and this is the back of the head, and all these pock marks, that's all natural biology. This is not something I don't understand. Now, this is the head completely dried out. You can see the eye, the iris of the eye, and this, I understand all of these little cavities. That is what's called areolar tissue. Now, the headdress was something that was, you can see there's a pattern here. Boom, 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 boom. Something was growing out of this, and there is a naga that has hair growing out of the same exact area. And I see things as very similar here and there going down the back, whether they were, I don't know exactly what to think about that, to be perfectly honest with you, but when I look back at some of the ancient descriptions of these things, and very similar. Now, let's just go right down through them. I got a ton of stuff from Kim. All right, that's the one on the outside. Where see how it's so much different now that it's wet and outside? All that growing on there right now, that's bacteria and thing growing on the tissues that were inside this creature's body. When it dries out dry, they go away. Let's see, what we got here? I see dry as a bone now, and you can't see any of that stuff. All right, but here's the head dress, and I'm sure there was something around that head that, I mean, it's so unbelievably defined. Now, is that a hood, a cobra hood? I don't know. I have no clue. But I looked at this very carefully, and I can tell you what, this thing was alive, in my estimation. Now, here it is outside again. And you see how the blood is, that's where your jaw attaches, and you have a lot of blood. The eyebrow area, there's a lot of biology going on there. And it is underneath, and it is shadowed too, so they probably grow more in that area. But anytime you see moss and lichen and all that, it's growing on different types of blood. And here's the back of the head. You see, before we didn't see any of that blood running everywhere. When it's out in the water, the blood just comes out of it. She said it was. I just talked to her a couple days ago, and she had it in the water all winter or something. It looked like, and it was leaking water, blood all over the nose and all kind of places. Now, see, here's up into that where the hair attaches, I believe, somewhere right along that seam. What do we got here? Here it is again. You see, when it's outside, the blood just runs out of it. That's where you got your service completely throughout your body with blood, and it flows through your veins, or through your arteries specifically. Your veins are a different story. You say, "Oh, what's the difference between artery and vein?" The artery has the red blood in it, the red blood like this, and it's always fluid. It doesn't harden up like the black blood. And there's two different oxygen states, and the black in the mud fossils. You see where it's black here and there? I'll show you some other spots. The black has one less oxygen, and it stabilizes and turns hard. They call it magnetite. This is a different oxygen level. It has extra oxygen, which makes it more fluid. It makes it more attached to water. It makes it hydrate easier. So she puts this in the water, and all the blood flows out of it. All right, now what do we got here? Here's just a shot at with a nose, an eyeball, and some, she's going to give me a bunch of other stuff too. We talked about this the other day, and that's just a close-up shot of the eye. Now you see all these little pock marks? That is interstitium. It's just like on us. You have flesh that can move, but it has to come back. Those were little fluid-filled bags. The stuff, and then the fluid could flatten out and switch, and this go pull up and down and sideways, but when it comes back, the fluid fills up the pockets back again, and your skin, and you're supposed to come back to what you were before you got stretched around. Now see again, that's interstitium. See those little balls? That's interstitium. This, I know, I could see right here, I'm almost positive, something was growing out of these different spots. I'm really very, very certain of that. I've looked at these things for a lot. I understand these things quite well, and apparently it had some kind of eyebrows. What do we got here? All right, that's outside again. What do we got here? Outside again. She dressed it up. Look. She makes dolls, absolutely fabulous dolls and things. Now, all right, now this is the naga. It's a glycon, a white naga. That's pretty damn close, and it has that little headdress looking thing. That's about as close as I could get to her. That's just, there was, I don't know. It was a very strange time. All right, there's the glycon again. I think we're getting into the neck now. Okay, here's the neck. Now this is the bottom. That's the chin down here. This right here is the throat. So the throat comes up like this, and these are the tongue. That, I believe, is like a, could it be a forked tongue? I don't know. But all of this is throat business going on here. That basically is the throat. And it was laying on its side, or I don't know how it died, but some things move around a little bit. But I'm going to show you blood vessels coming up. Nobody carved this and put black and red ferrous oxides, which is blood, under the neck. It's just insanity to think that. There it is right there. There's the artery, and there's the vein. There's the artery, the red, and the vein, the black. There's no mystery here. All right, here's the throat again. I can't remember how this is set up, but you see the red and the black. It's quite obvious what we got here. All right, and there it is again. Now, there's the nose sticking out this way, I believe. Yeah, that's the back of the head, and it's coming up this way. See, there's the vein and the artery over here. Or maybe the artery's over here and the vein is over here, and that's just another blood vessel. But this is all, yeah, that's probably, yeah, I know this now, I'm thinking about it. This goes back a long time ago that I did the original look into this. And I you know, I mean, you could see everything. If I had this here and I could clean it up correctly and hydrate it correctly and put the right light on it correctly, you would see everything in extreme detail. All right. Now this is the thing. This one looks pretty damn close to that, doesn't it? I don't know where that came from. Somebody just sent me that. I don't know what to say, but there's no question there was dragons. There's no question Kim's head is real. Then we've got a ton of other different species from, I have no toes coming out of my ears, and they're all over the world. Everybody does. You have giants, creatures that are fully never ever seen before, and they don't want to be seen because they're a little disturbing. But I think we have to start looking at this stuff. If it's real, it's real. That's all I can say. And then you have to make your own decision. But I never hid from anything. Although I got to be honest with you, it's a scary thing. It's damn scary.